Hey everybody, welcome, welcome to Hidden Horror. Thank you for spending this time with me. I appreciate that. Let's get started. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Hidden Horror. How are you guys doing today? Well, I'm here to bring you a little quick update on Colt Gray, our mass shooter out of the state of Georgia at the high school, Apalachee High School. The mass shooting occurred on September the 4th of 2024. We have many victims, but 4 killed. And today I'm here. I just want to give you this quick update on Colt. Colt, he wants to change the venue, change where his trial in Barrow County is set for. And my question is, why? Why are you trying to change the venue? You feel that you won't get a fair trial, but what is the purpose of it all? Why are you wasting the court's time, effort, and money when you planned the mass shooting? You followed through, you committed the mass shooting. They have you allegedly on video. They have the weapon that your father purchased for you. Why are you entering a plea of not guilty? I'm going to share my screen. I just want to bring all of this back to your memory. So I'm going to share my screen. It's just it's like less than 30-second video. This video is by 11 Alive. It's titled Colt Gray, accused Apalachee school shooter, waives arraignment and pleads not guilty.
Developing tonight, a teenager charged in that deadly mass shooting at Apalachee High School has pleaded not guilty. Court documents show that Colt Gray entered his plea today and waiving his arraignment set for November 21st. The 14-year-old is accused of bringing a rifle to school September 4th and killing 2 Barrow County students and 2 teachers. Now, we reached out to ask when he's going to be back in court. Of course, we'll let you know as soon as we hear back.
Okay. I just want to share that so I can bring this back to your remembrance. I'm going to now put up a picture of Colt Gray. So let me share my screen. In fact, I actually want to show you a different picture of Colt. In the video I just did about Colt's dad, I was talking about how I feel Colt Gray has changed. I feel that Colt, he changed himself. He grew, he developed into this mass shooter. If you look at this picture of Colt, this picture is probably about a year or 2 prior to the mass shooting. To me, Colt looks very different. Although the haircut is, a little different. The hair is brown. The hair is trimmed. He looks a little bit happier. You can see the rosiness in his cheeks. This is a far cry, a far difference from when Colt was arrested, which is this picture of him in September of 2024. Colt has colored his hair. Colt has grew out and styled his hair differently. And as I told you, it almost looked like a feminine hairstyle in a way to me. I feel that he transformed himself into this person to complete the mass shooting. Now, this is not the picture I want to keep up when I'm talking about him. I want to show you the picture that I had initially up right here. I'm always going to reflect back in my mind when I think of Colt Gray. This is the Colt Gray that I see. This is the Colt Gray that I feel committed the mass shooting at that time on September 4th, 2024. He changed, he grew, he developed into a mass shooter. And he did that by changing his mindset, by becoming angry, by being violent, by being aggressive. Um, he he took on all of this different energy. Um, he became really um, inspired. Um, he got deep into this idea of the mass shooting, the planning of the mass shooting, the preparation for the mass shooting, the type of weapon he would need, the type of gear he would need, the accessories to the weapon. He really got into this world where he envisioned himself as a mass shooter too. And he had goals for himself. This was his mindset. These are his thoughts. This is what his planning, his time alone was researching the mass shootings, finding out how many dead, what type of weapons were used, what type of accessories, attachments did the weapons have. What type of tactical gear were the shooters wearing? What type of clothing? Did they have gloves? How did the mass shooting start? And he went as far as to estimate how many victims his mass shooting would have. And I'm trying to bring you into this mindset so we all can have an understanding of why, when it is time for him, Colt Gray, to be arrested, to face criminal charges for his actions, his premeditated actions, the planning, the forethought. He gets in court and he stands to put in a plea of not guilty. How? How is he not accountable for clearly his thoughts that he followed up with actions that led to the deaths of 4 human beings? Undeserved, unaware, going to work, going to school for their education, and they are not gone. He doesn't want to be held accountable, and he pleads not guilty. They have him on camera. They have him on camera completing the mass shooting. They have witnesses to the mass shooting. They have surviving victims to the mass shooting. They have him with the weapon in his hand, and he pleads not guilty. It's a very dark, a very evil mindset, the mindset of a killer. Very young, in the ninth grade, just starting out in high school. What happened to him? What was his childhood like? What was going on? What was going on with Colt? From the preliminary hearing, we have knowledge that Colt allegedly had cutting marks, that he was cutting himself, harming himself. There were efforts by the school, by his dad, by his mom, great concern about his mental health and trying to obtain established counseling therapy for him. We are told that there were encounters, there were incidences, it was escalating, he was becoming violent. Why is he so angry? What happened to him? We have to learn the mindset of these killers. Let's go into the article, okay? This article is by WSBradio.com. It's titled Accused Apalachee High School Shooter Colt Gray Requests to Move Trial Out of Barrow County. The article is dated April 3rd, 2025, and it's written by Miles Montgomery. Just 1 week after Colt Gray requested to have his trial held outside of Barrow County, his son, an alleged Apalachee High School shooter, Colt Gray, has also made the same request. Colt Gray is accused of fatally shooting 4 people and injuring 9 others at Apalachee High School in September of 2024. Lawyers for Colt Gray say they are having a challenging time getting a fair trial in Barrow County. Officials said Colt Gray had an AR-15 style weapon and went into his high school on September 4th and opened fire. Colt Gray is accused of allowing his son, Colt Gray, access to the gun used in the attacks. The rifle was bought by his father, Colt Gray, for his son for Christmas. Colt Gray was charged with 55 crimes, including malice and felony murder, aggravated assault, aggravated battery, and cruelty to children. Colt Gray was charged with 29 crimes, including second-degree murder, involuntary manslaughter, reckless conduct, and cruelty to children. Please, everybody, let me know, what do you think? What do you see? Is this about a trial? Because what is the point of the trial if they have you on video, they have your writings, your words, your thoughts, your plans? They know the weapon because the weapon is found at the scene. It traces back to you as a Christmas gift with your father, Colt Gray, purchasing it for you. So, what is the point of having a not guilty plea? We all know that you did this thing. We have you on video. We have surviving victims. We have witnesses that can say and show and demonstrate that you did it. So, what is the point of it? Is it to further inflict pain on the families, on the victims? Is that what the point of going through all this is? I remember in the Ethan Crumbley case, one thing that Ethan Crumbley said was he wanted to see the family suffer. He wanted to see when they found out that their child was killed, he wanted them to then go to see them in pain, and he wanted them to harm themselves. Do you believe that in the mindset of these mass shooters, they are extremely hurting? They're in pain, they're suffering, and they need help, right? And is this why they're inflicting so much pain, stress, anxiety, fear on the communities? I guess we have to really think about that Why go through a trial? Why listen to this testimony? Why allow the court to put witness after witness on, from the medical examiner to teachers to even the parents, right? Or mom on, if we all know the same result is you are the murderer, you are a killer, you are a mass shooter. Is it to get notoriety? Is it to get your message out, Mr. Gray? Your ideals out? Are you trying to influence other potential teenagers to become a mass shooter also? It's like free propaganda. I almost feel like in some of these cases where a person is on video, they have records, they have documents, they have witnesses, they have a video of the shooting. Why are we going through all of this? Let's save money, time, effort, and energy. And let's put it towards prevention, not on prosecuting these type of cases where clearly there is intent. There's criminal intent, not just intent, criminal intent that has been executed. And it's irreparable harm. You can't change this. You can't go back. Changing the trial is not going to change the facts. It's not going to change the evidence. And it's not going to get anything closer to what is considered fair. It would be as if you're saying you did not do this when all of the evidence, including the video, will demonstrate that you did. So we have to wonder, why even push this scenario? It is for another reason, and it's a dark reason. I believe is to almost initiate, activate other mass shooters. And this is the horror, the hidden horror of it all. It's the underlying ideal of getting, activating, pulling in more people that have a similar mindset, that are impressionable, vulnerable, and may have similar ideals. Please let me know what you think. Thank you for spending this time with me. I really appreciate it. I want you to remember to stay safe, stay smart, stay savvy, be well, all my friends. Bye, everybody.